Hey TSL, and welcome to another TNN Broadcast.
It's been a long time since you last seen us, so we hope you're happy to see us again.
We have tons to tell you this time, so let's get started.
First, we've got an upcoming music festival starting tomorrow till Friday.
We have some interesting interviews with some cool people this time, so we hope you enjoy. Let's start off with Mr. Mark, the new head of secondary.
So, Mr. Mark, as the new head of secondary, how do you feel about the promotion to this new position?
Well, I feel very privileged to take on the position. Something I was keen to do from when I first came here, and the position came up, and I've done quite a few things in the school linked to the guidance team and the academic side of things, as well as being head of science. So I think I've got some quite good experiences in different areas of the school, which enable me to do the job well.
Yes. And can you enlighten us on what you do in the job?
What do I do? Well, I can tell you it's a very busy job. So my position is to oversee everything in the secondary school, which includes the coordinators, includes all the heads of faculty, includes all the little things that you probably don't realise that go on, such as the fire alarm last week, this lateness drive that we're trying to stop students being late. Everything that goes on in school needs to have my approval. And also I need to suggest things for people to do, just to move the school forward, really. So every day it involves meeting with lots of people, reading and sending lots of emails. I've still got my year 11s to teach as well, so it's a pretty busy time.
Yeah, so that does actually sound like a lot of stuff you have to do.
It is.
So, besides, you've obviously already implemented the new lateness program. Mm-hmm. So, what else do you have planned for us?
What else have I planned for you? Well, the lateness thing actually is part of a bigger raft of things to try and do the little things right. So the little things are uniform, lateness to school, punctuality to lessons, in behaviour around school, getting those little bits of poor behaviour, trying to sort those out, which we're never going to get it all fixed all the time, but we can generally get most of it correct for most of the time. So that's all the small things, and we'll keep working on getting the small things right. Some of the larger things we're looking at is to try and give all the students the best possible lesson experiences. So the teachers at the moment and myself, we're all going through, we call it professional development, where we look into different aspects of teaching and learning, and we look at some of the current theories and research in teaching and think of how we can implement it in this school. So teaching and learning is one thing. Also we're looking at how the guidance teams run and thinking about how we can best run those, again, to make it the best possible opportunities for the students as well. And then the final thing really I think is the provision outside of lessons, so extracurricular, rather co-curricular activities that we offer. It's been a little bit disorganised this year, so we're really looking to change that for next year and to make it very clear, very organised, so that all the students get the best opportunities they can to try other sort of things that aren't just lessons.
That does actually sound very interesting, considering the CCAs we've had this year.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything more to say on your new lateness drive?
On the lateness drive, well, it seems to be working to a certain extent. The numbers of students late has gone down since we started it last Tuesday. If you compare last Tuesday to today, which is effectively a week, I think we had 28 students late last Tuesday. This morning, I believe we had 18, so that's quite a big drop. I'm hoping that classes aren't as disruptive, because the reason for doing it is that people are turning up late and they're walking into the first lesson 10 minutes after it started, 15 minutes, and the teacher has to stop. We have to address the person that's late. Everyone in the class stops learning, and it's really just not fair on everybody else. So I think it's a really positive thing, and hopefully it's going to make the people that are late feel a bit more responsible for their behaviour, and they'll get up a little bit earlier, make sure they come into school on time. So that's one of those small things that I think is actually quite a big thing, to get that respect for everyone in the school, to get a respect for people's lessons, teachers and learning, to get that sorted out really.
Okay, so the new lateness drive, where students have to go to another room if they're late.
Yes.
Have you considered that some students will actually not mind not having a lesson for the first hour?
We have considered that, and that's absolutely fine. Whether their parents believe that they don't mind their son or daughter missing an hour of school is another matter, isn't it? So we are contacting parents to tell them that their son or daughter has missed 3 hours of school this week, 4 hours of school, it could be 5 hours. They've missed 5 hours of their schooling. And when you're paying the fees for this school, if you miss lesson 1, that's a pretty hefty percentage of your school fee that you're wasting because you're not here on time. So though the students might not mind, I think the parents will mind. And I actually do think the students will mind because they'll be missing out on quite a lot of work and they'll find themselves falling behind. So it does sort of come around to people taking responsibility for their actions and their own learning. If you don't take responsibility for your own learning, who's going to do it for you? And the answer is no one. It's up to you.
So sounds like a pretty potent deterrent.
I hope so.
So Mr. Mark, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
And wish you luck in your new position.
Thank you very much.
Last week, there was a charity week where the KS3 students set up a variety of stalls to sell products to collect funds for charity. So here's some footage from the event.
We all know that Nitin is the new head prefect. Let's see what he has to say on this subject.
Morning guys, and I'm here with Nitin, David, Arun. How are you doing today, Nitin?
I'm good, thanks.
And today we're going to be interviewing, as you all may well know, he's the head prefect of the school. So we have a few questions lined up for you if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. So the first question is, how do you feel about your prestigious post, with you being head prefect and all?
I think that I'm very happy with what I was able to achieve. I did not expect that I was going to get it. I thought actually Tanya was going to get it, but she got secretary, which is still a high position. I'm actually very happy that I got it, yeah.
Alright, cool, good answer. Second question, what do you hope to achieve or change in the school?
Well, basically, right now that even though the school puts limits to certain things like no using handphones, no playing games, there's still many students I see in the lobby, in the library, they always keep playing handphones, and it's not good, I think, because the school wants to portray a good image towards the rest of the students. So I hope to change that, whether we could persuade them not to play in school but play outside. I also want to change the duty system for the prefects. A lot of complaints have been coming to me about our prefects, and obviously I want to change it for the better. So yeah, that's the main things I want to change, and I hope I can do that first before I change and go into further detail. So yeah, that's what I want to change first. Thanks.
What do you think brought you up to becoming head prefect? You were once just a normal student like all of us, and then you became a prefect, and now you're the head prefect. What do you think brought you up to this level?
Well, I think that when I became a prefect, I think the school just needed prefects. But then what brought me up to this level, I think I had the motivation. I was determined, to say no to certain stuff, like no to playing games. But then, as you guys know, I probably do play when I'm in class. But now I try to stop myself because obviously I'm the head prefect. I try to just be overall, I think I was good at delegation or just asking people to do things and getting it done. I was consistent on time. So I think those are the two main factors that actually separated me from the rest of the crowd. So yeah, that's what I thought.
Interesting answer, interesting indeed. Now, last question. How do you feel about working with Kimia? I mean, she's the deputy head prefect, as we all know, and must be an interesting person to work with. How do you feel about it?
I actually feel kind of good because I think we both can work together to actually solve the problems that I want to solve, and maybe she has problems too and I can also help her solve it and help to improve our school. I think that she's a great team worker, and she can, she's very enthusiastic. She can be really fun at certain times, yet be serious at certain times as well. So yeah, I think it's a good combo for this year's lineup for our prefects. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Nitin. It's been Arjun Sandhu here. We've been talking to the head prefect of Taylor's International School. Till next time.
For those who knew about the headgear competition, you might already know who won. Yinghui and Shannon from Year 10 won, so here's a shot of them.
All of us enjoyed the Teachers Appreciation Day 2 weeks ago, so let's relive it with some footage.
Well, that was a really long broadcast. If you're not asleep, thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.